Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett,
Bubba Fett, Bubba Fett, Bubba Fett.
uncensored on the internet, with episode 80 of Splinterlands 101. And with a number like 80, you've got to have someone special on the show for that one. Um, but of course, as usual, our co-host of the show, finest gentleman who ever lived, Matt Clark.
Here's Matt Clark. He's one of the finest gentlemen that ever lived.
Howdy, howdy.
The controller of the Pouffet Poussey Geotrix.
And Pouffet, Pousse.
Yo. And the leader of the Aegis of Glory in the Fog Revolution, coming back for another appearance on the show. One of our favorite guests on the show. We love having him on, Mr. Rogers.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome back, mate.
How are you guys?
Wow.
Excellent.
It's always interesting watching the little bit of a hike. I think at the beginning of the year we had 18k Bitcoin. Now we've got 30k Bitcoin, and it's like, yeah, a little bit of excitement that generates is good.
Yeah. And two, I was out of town for the last like 4 or 5 days, and I get back and I'm like, we have 2-cent SPS again. Like SPS staking happened, and then
Hell yeah.
that was really, really exciting to see. Because I had been locked in this terrible cycle of FUD for a few months, and I was just like, you know what? No, I'm leaving. I'm done. And then it was really nice because I got back and I saw that this was all happening, and I'm like, well, that's wonderful timing. That's just amazing that this is all happening now. So to just buttress your comments with the exciting things going on here, that's cool too.
Yeah,
You know you're
made a
spiraling when
purchase.
you know you're spiraling when you just let riffraff into the guild and then promote them to leadership positions. So clearly it's on a spiral of hopelessness.
It's true. Yeah, I was pretty much like, fuck Splinterlands. I'm just gonna promote Geo to leader and Bob to officer, and I'm leaving.
I'm done. I'm fucking
Classic
done.
I can't take it anymore.
So
The bear market killed me.
It's perfect. Yeah, you
Yeah,
made a purchase of SPS recently, and I think you must have got right in at the bottom.
Yeah. I got in at shit. I don't want to seem like a liar now. 1.5 did it go to? 1.4 cent. Oh, was that it?
Really close if it
1.5?
didn't.
Yeah. And the second purchase, because again, the bank that withholds funds for 24 hours before it hits an exchange for me to buy up Hive, I got in at 1.6 or 1.6. So you know what? Pretty fucking happy with that.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
took
see, that's a price
1,000.
signal though. The market's looking for you to buy though, Geo. That's once Geo buys, then guys are like, oh wow, it's time. Let's get on it now.
No, that's me. I'm the person that, despite being a whale, the market reacts instantly to my purchases
True.
and sales
No,
in the
yeah.
opposite direction. That's me.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't get good luck with that. No.
I took $1,000 out of my savings account. I've got a special savings account for Mexico. To just keep putting money aside. Of course, now $1,000 sitting in the bank, it's not doing anything, right? So I thought, well, let's move it over and just hold it as SPS. And I'm getting 18 SPS a day on 1,000 Aussie dollars worth of SPS. Like I'll be lucky to get that a year from the bank. I'm getting it a day. So I moved it all into SPS, and I did that when it was 2.2 cents. And because remember how it was it went down, and it was 2.2 cents forever. okay, this has got to be the bottom. So I bought then, and then it literally the next day it just went doo, 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 doo.
Well, we're almost back there, man. So
Yeah, I mean,
not much of a loss.
I think my lowest SPS purchase was 4 or 5 cents, and the majority of everything I bought was probably between 9 and 13 cents. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who bought it 50 cents and $1. So
Yeah.
2.2 cents is pretty good, really.
Yeah. And it's only got to go to 10 cents and a 5x, you know, so
Oh, yeah.
try and get that from the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, 1987 at this exact moment, so very, very close to back to 2 cents, 2.4% up today. So, but guys are sharing how much liquid is being powered up, how much is moving from liquid to staked, and every day it's just getting more and more staked. So, yeah, I think we're in a really positive place at the moment, which is fantastic.
I remember when everyone was, things were low. Everyone's like, the game's dying. And they're like, oh, now they just have to implement this SPS requirement thing and things are just going to go down further. Nah, no, not quite. Not quite.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been playing mostly because I've been renting all my cards to get more DEC for land.
Yeah,
so when the SPS delegation and renting thing kicked in, I was like, great. And then I got back into town and people in my guild were looking to rent SPS, and I was like, hey, I have some. So it's been this nice new added ROI for me, just delegating it to my friends and renting at good rates. And even though there isn't like a formal marketplace built yet, so where we can all just, at least I don't think, or I haven't been able to find one yet, but it's been nice just doing peer-to-peer renting in nice big chunks. And that's been fantastic for me because it's just been an extra bonus since I haven't been playing. So I've got almost all my SPS sent out at the moment, so it's great.
I've been doing some drop down because I've been playing like each season. Just before the end of season, I usually make it into Champ 3, and with the SPS staking, I'm because I've got 40. I'm just shy of 42k SPS. So gold is my ideal. So you know how it takes, so like you can't drop backwards like in a season type thing. So I've switched from modern to wild, which means I start again at bronze. So this season is total crap for me because I finished last season in champion, right? And because of when the end of season, I dropped back into Diamond 2. So even though I'm playing in Wild, my modern ranking is still Diamond. So my focus chests are Diamond, but I had to start at Bronze. So I got like the first 2 days, I got no focus chests at all until I got into Silver. But now I'm in Gold 2 or Gold 1. I'm not sure. I'll have a look in a sec. So now, but I'm still earning diamond focus chests because of my modern ranking. So even though I'm playing in gold, today I got like 6 diamond chests. So I'm gradually getting there. And I spent like an hour and a half last night because all of my wild cards are renting out on Splex because I've been playing in modern. So I pulled everything that wasn't renting. I've disabled the bot, the rental, no, the Splex Golem, and I've cancelled all my rentals. I'm just waiting for them to finish. So all of my level 6 wild cards and the level 5s I'm sending to my main account, and all my level 4 and level 3 wilds I'm sending to my silver account. So just maintenance, I guess. It's just doing all that, but because my alt account is silver anyway, and I can actually because I've got 2k SPS in that account, and it's really interesting because the way I set up my alt accounts is like, so Boba Fett, obviously my main account, and any spares that I have as I'm leveling that aren't enough to reach to the next level, I thought, oh, I've got a decent deck here to play silver. So that's why I created Tartaria. So I've got this silver account. So all the cards in my Tartaria silver account are just cards that aren't high enough to reach the next level in Boba Fett. But over time, that account had a bunch of spares in it. And then I realized, oh, I've got enough spares here to be playing in bronze. So I opened up another account, and then same deal, that filled up with spares. So I run 4 accounts at the moment. Boba Fett, Tartaria, and my 2 bronze accounts, like, I'm lucky to get a focus chest. So one bronze account is all the spares, and the other bronze account is the spares. So I just run that free bot, the Jones bot. It's a free bot, so you can't have high expectations from it. But otherwise, those cards would just be sitting there because level 1, 2, and 3 Chaos Legion reward cards are not going to rent out. And now with the Soulbound cards, they can't rent out. So I just did this huge maintenance thing last night, just moving all the cards around. But I'm looking forward to next season because obviously finishing champion, playing gold, like the rewards are not great. But next season, because I haven't touched modern, and I'm in Diamond 2, I haven't touched it. That will drop me down to Gold 3 next season. So next season I'll have I'll still be getting Diamond season chests though, won't I? Because I'm earning yeah. So I'll still be earning Diamond season chests, but my focus chests will be gold. So I should get more rewards next season. So
I'm in the same dilemma, Bob. Same dilemma.
And the silver account, like the 2K SPS that I've got in that is purely from playing. Like, I have not put any funds into the silver account. It's just, so when I put all my spares in, I started with nothing. So just from focus chests, end of season, brawls, what else do you get? That's it, really, isn't it? But yeah, so that 2K SPS is grown from 0 just by creating that account. So it does work.
That's great news for newcomers, right? That's great news for starters who go, how am I going to get this without buying? It's like, well, you can grind your way up. And if you are a gamer, if you're a legitimate gamer who just wants to come in and enjoy asset ownership and try a new game, then turn around in a few months and go, wow, I got 1,000 SPS in this account. This is good. And it's increasing my multiplier. I love the way they've gamified that, where on the SPS staking screen, it says, currently your multiplier is this, but if you stake this amount, your multiplier will go up to that. And who doesn't want that? I got a different situation because I'm playing manually and often aren't paying a lot of attention. We've got like 4 days left in the season, and I'm still in gold. 4 days, 1 hour, and I'm still in gold 1, trying to get into Diamond 3.
Oh yeah, I beat you.
Yeah, I'll win 2, lose 1. That sort of top of the league grind. But at my level, because I haven't rented out any SPS, I got a 15 times boost multiplier, nearly 16 times. So it's like I get a win and I get sort of almost 2 chests from just that one win. And I think as the reward pool normalizes, if I stay at this level, I might find I'm just going ding 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 every win, sort of 3 or 4 chests. So we'll see how that goes. But I really should be climbing higher, but I just can't compete with the bots in Wild. They're just playing such optimized teams. So I'm like, I just play the game because I enjoy it. When I get to win, I get to win. But it is funny seeing that massive multiplier there and thinking I could probably rent out 3/4 of my SPS and probably not do myself too much damage as far as rewards go. And it's all deck, right? It's all deck for land.
Yeah, I definitely don't have enough for land in that when I realized I could rent out pretty much all my SPS. I thought, oh my God. And it's not a crazy amount. I mean, I think I got maybe 26 or 7,000 deck for like 5 days to 2 weeks was the span that I rented it out, which is going to be a week because you can't go under a week. But yeah, a week to 2 weeks, I got maybe 25,000.
That's great.
It's great, but it was like 360,000 SPS.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? When you think about the amount of SPS that went out, I was like, oh, that's not a lot of DEC, but I'm like, that's only a week or two. You know, that's not bad at all. And that'll add up.
Oh yeah.
That'll really add up as land 1.5 hits. And then if I'm still not playing, which I might not, because I want to fill up my whole tract, and I have the cards to fill up the tract. I just don't have the DEC, and I don't want to necessarily fill up the whole tract with silly commons that are only going to give me.
Are you across land surfing? Have you heard of that idea? Are you familiar with
I think
what's
that
going
is
on
such a cool idea. That's amazing.
Yeah.
No, ignorant.
Okay, I heard a hard point chatting with, I can't remember who it was now.
The
who was sitting
People's
down
Guild?
with, I think it was People's Guild. That's right. I was thinking it was
Yeah.
actually Twin Blade, but that was Yabba earlier today. Yeah, he sat down with People's Guild and he said, maybe instead of renting out land, which is difficult and problematic for all sorts of reasons, was saying something they've been banding around and seems like it might happen. It's a bit like couch surfing. I think it might be a play on surfing versus SURF, SERF, land surf. But yeah, so land surfing would be any, probably, I expect it'll go this way, any cleared plot that's owned by somebody else but it doesn't have any PP assigned, will be available to whoever wants to go there. So you just find a plot that's not being worked by the owner, and you just put your cards on there and your dark energy crystals on there, and if you have a totem, you just put it on there, and the rewards will go 50-50 to the owner of the plot and the person working the land. And so the owner of the plot can seize the land back again by putting any card on there. One single lowly Chaos Legion common, 1 BCX, doesn't matter. If you assign something to your own plot, then that bumps off the other people who are on there, the other player. But also, if another player comes along and they have more PP than the person who's surfing, then they can that bumps off that other person. So the landholder is always getting the best return on his land, even without doing anything, because these land surfers are coming. Squatters, basically, yeah. He said, Hardpoint said it's basically squatting. He thought there was some negative connotation to that language, so they avoided it. But yeah, it's basically that, squatting, but kicking some rent back to the owner of the plot, which is fascinating when you think, well, assuming you're also paying tax, if somebody owns the tract and or the region, well, then the guy who owns the plot is getting more than 50% back, because he's actually taxing the amount that's coming through his keep and castle. So as a guy who can maybe has the cards to work 5% of his land, something like land surfing is just manna from heaven for me. I'm like, this is great, this is wonderful. How can I make this happen? But it's funny because it's not an official thing, and we just heard about it on the People's Guild podcast. It's been talked about a bit in Mavs, but a lot of people like yourself are just completely like, well, it's the first I've heard of it. But I think it's a really elegant solution to the problem of leaving land fallow. I think this is a good option, and I'm assuming that you'll need to clear the land before it's available for other people to come and surf on.
Yeah, I think everybody who's heard about it in Mavs was like, yes, please. It's just such, because until I get all the DEC, I'm not putting. I think I've got enough to cover maybe 40% of my land right now.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, but relative to Matt's situation, I have a tract. So I think, Matt, you have 2 regions. So I mean, our strategies are different. But yeah, I mean, I'll get utilization of my land faster than you'll get utilization of yours. But for you, that's going to make so much sense, because you'll get all that tax revenue from the castles, and then it would work for me too, because I'll get the tax revenue from my keep. It's so, I mean, in that respect, it'll make a lot of sense for the both of us.
What I think is really interesting factor is there can't be too many people out there. When you think there's 150 regions and each of those has, there's 150,000 plots in the game. Unless we pick up a whole lot of new players, there's only going to be so many surfers to go around. And since it's either a toss-up between having nothing on your land or having somebody on there costing you nothing and kicking back 50%, I could see a real scramble for landholders to try and attract serfs. And so something I've been banding around is thinking, well, assuming that we'll have at least a little window to, as owners, assign cards to the plots that we want to, that we've got capacity for. Maybe, say, a week after that, when they open it up to land surfing, I don't mean to give the game away here, but I might just put my hand up and say, I'm committing, based on my credibility in the game, to 12 months. If you're surfing on one of my plots, I won't kick you off for 12 months. Come, make a home, build a fire, put on the kettle, right? Because there's got to be something that makes people go, I'll go check out Region 37 or Region 38.
Yeah.
Why me, right? And it's so lucrative for a landowner that I'm thinking, well, what can I do then to attract those people? And I can imagine somebody else will come along and say, well, 2 years or some other way of kicking things back. Or I'm going to do an NFT project on Wax and I'm going to give free NFTs to anyone who's, something just like some sweetener or inducement to say, pick me instead of that guy.
It's sort of the same.
If someone does squat on your land and you say, yeah, it's cool, you can stay for 12 months, what happens when some other squatter with more PP moves in?
All I can do is promise not to kick you off myself. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of the same in real life. Like people who rent, I know it's not the same as surfing, but people who rent sort of like to stay in that rental for a while, right? They don't want to be like stressed out and be like, oh shit, this is only a 1 year or less sometimes. They want some certainty that the person who's renting it to them is sort of chill and like won't kick them out, right?
Yeah.
It's the same deal. It's the same deal. A surfer would want some. Yeah.
Yeah. Ironically, my lack of, even if you didn't trust any of us, even if there's zero trust involved, my lack of preparation is actually helping me here, because if I put my hand up and say, hey, everyone, look, I only have enough cards for 5% of my plots. MisterRogers puts his hand up and says, well, I got enough cards for 40% of my plots. Where are they going? They're going to come to me first, right? Because I'm going to be the one who's automatically going to kick them off the furthest down the track. His timeline's maybe 6 months to a year. I'm
Right.
2-3 years out.
Yeah, because the plots that I'm not using, I'm gonna want to use soon because they're gonna make grain. Those are all my fallow plots, because I'm gonna fill up my occupied, magical, and then what is it, legendary, epic, and rare plots first. I'll leave all my commons, and the
Absolutely.
vast majority of my commons are grain producing plots. So but squatters are welcome in my lands until I'm ready to kick you to the curb.
That's it.
I love you, squatters. Come.
It's just fun exploring the game theory of it. How's this going to work out? What's going to happen here? What adjustments are people going to come up with? It's great.
It's really fun to think about. I think it's a great idea. I hope that they can implement it, because I think it's a win-win for everybody. Because surely if someone kicks you off a good piece of land that you're surfing, I mean, you can take all your assets and find some other piece of land that's lying fallow that you can go rate and pick up, I would think. I mean, because I can't imagine every piece of land would get filled up. I mean, maybe it would, but that blows my mind to think that everybody's got the resources right now to fill up every piece of land with something.
Well, if it was 1 BCX cards, then yeah, okay, that's easy.
Sure.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But by the time you're combining 400 to get to 1 card, then no, it's not not at all.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, we could all fill up every piece of land with something. But then when you're talking about increasing it, and It's just such a cool idea.
I also like that this also allows for non-land owners to get involved with land. I think that's really
Yeah.
cool. I think that's the whole point, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's great for that reason. It's great for card utilization and a card sync and a and a deck sync, and it's just such a cool idea.
Well, I mean, the first iteration when it's just grain and SPS and research points, then so be it. Although then the region by region and territory by territory competitions, obviously that's going to be really helpful to have a lot of land surface. But I feel like when because Matt mentioned something, as you say, 30 or 50 in one of the recent, I think it was 50 different types of resources in the game between 4 different types of wood and then 5 different ways of refining them and like different seeds and magical and non-magical. And I thought, well, maybe when the time comes, maybe the way that large landholders will compete for surfers is to crank the rent right down. The tax, crank the taxes right down, assuming that there's capacity to change and modify that. I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot that we don't know. We just got to kind of recognize that and have fun thinking about stuff and talking about it, but always keep your options open and just think, I might be assuming some stuff here. I'll have to
Yeah,
wait and
also
see.
though, if squatting is a thing, or surfing, then I wouldn't feel so bad about buying extra plots, knowing that, maybe eventually down the road someone can at least work it to some standard. And yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
feeling.
it's takes some of the danger out of that. Should I buy more plots? Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to have cards to work these
Exactly.
plots for 2 years. Well, that danger's off the table now. So yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Who's looked at the price of land recently, as far as like commons, rares, and epics go? But like for buy, because did you end up buying those extra plots you wanted, or are you still
I got
looking?
6 plots, but I would love to get more in Queenstone, where Matt is. Yeah, I would like to get a few more, I reckon. Yeah.
And what's the deal with Queenstone?
It's where Matt
But
is, and
Matt's there.
it's where you are too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's the deal.
I'm in Land of Prosperity if anyone wants to hang with me. It's a great place. We're all going to be filthy rich because it's Land of Prosperity, right?
Oh,
Specifically the Talos region. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous place full of beautiful plains and hills and some rivers,
it's a place to be.
a few mountains right near the coast. It's the Portugal of Pretoria, if you will. Beautiful place to be in crypto.
Yeah, I got 28 plots in Raison d'Etier 47. So down at the harbour, down the very southern coast.
Right down here.
Oh, nice. We're
Raison.
neighbors.
Yep. So I'm right in the middle of number 47 there. I'm pretty sure it's 28. Is it 21 plots? I think it's 21.
Yeah,
I was going for my 2 regions, and then each of the other territories. I'd say 21 in each of them, in a same region in each of them. But then Central Fire just boom while I was asleep. We got snapped up in a few minutes, and I'm well and truly asleep. So then the last 3 territories, I just went 28, 28, 28, just sort of divided up that 21 into those. So I'm obviously very heavy on 37 and 38, owning both of those on the left hand side there in the Broken Lands in the far west. But the other little chunks are good, and we've got the Roaring 20s has 30 plots right close to the volcano there. I think it's 27.
In Australia, we all missed out on this because we were all
29.
looking at it. We were all waiting, and then we went to bed one night, and we woke up the next morning. It was all gone.
I remember
Oh,
I woke up early in the morning and it's like 5:30. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in Central Fire. Well, this will be here for the time when I wake up in like 2-3 hours. Nah, long
Yeah,
gone.
and it went from like
long
57 to 90, like just like that. It was crazy.
Yeah. So you've got your one there. There's oh, I still don't really know my way around here properly. How do I bring the stats back up again? Do I need to click on it? No. Like before, it was telling me. Oh, here, there we go. So there's 13 plots for sale in there. Which is the best tool and the best way so far in the game to find out, like, how much those particular plots are going for? Is there a way to do that? Has someone created a tool for that?
I think you can do it in Peak Monsters. I was coding some stuff just to make my life a little easier with my land. Wait, can you?
I think
Yeah,
if you
in
click the
Peak,
for sale, I
in
think
Peak,
even here though, if you go to the for sale, and then those the three little icons on the right hand side, it should give you, if you've clicked on the region that you want, click into the region, and then it'll show you plots for sale in that specific region, if that's what you're after. So click on the actual region, like an actual little dot of a region.
Yeah, done that.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then on the
sale.
right hand side where there's three little icons, go up a bit. And actually on the map, but at the very top right corner of the map.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Which
so
one am I
I
clicking
reckon
on?
the one on the right, I reckon. Yeah, and so it should show you there's the prices of all the plots in that are for sale in that region.
Okay. And doesn't say
$37.
whether it's like common, rare, or it's just
I know if you're in that view of the hexagon view of the region that you were in a little bit ago, you can
Also,
drill down on for sale there too.
also, if you win Peak Monsters like MisterRoger was saying, it shows you easier. It's a lot more easier to yeah.
I always get lost navigating. I go click a couple of times and I can never get back to where I was. Like, I'm trying to get back to, like you said, that hexagon. I've got no idea how to do that. So try a different box. No.
Watch Bob fail at land. At land navigating. It's like
Someone needs to make it like an easier way to do this, because I'm clueless. Like, I know what I want to do, but I have no idea how to do it. And
Oh,
this
wait, I
is not
just
as
did
think
it.
Mr.
intuitive.
Rogers
Why
is-
aren't you? Why aren't
Yeah, I think you're right, Mr. Rogers. Peak Monsters is probably the better way to navigate and find the
I thi-
cheaper plots in each region.
I think Peak
How
Monsters
about
gives
I
you it
stop
really fast.
sharing?
If you want a nice visual, here,
Can I share
quick.
your screen, Mr.
Here, can I
Rogers?
share my screen? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me
I like Bob. It's like, how about I stop sharing?
let me step aside.
It's like I don't want to seem,
All right. For the love of God, where am I? There we go. Can you see my Splinterlands screen?
I do.
Yes.
Welcome back. Okay, great.
Welcome back, Mr. Cotter's screen. Yes.
Welcome back, you jerk. All right. So if I go into, oh God, no, now it's showing. Okay, so everything with,
How did you do that?
I don't
This
know, I
magic-
just
this
clicked
magic,
in there. So everything with this little flag, like these little green flags, the upright vertical flags are
Can
for
you go
sale.
back to where you were before?
Yeah.
Right.
Now, if
Did
I
you
if I
just
go
click
in,
on that dot?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I did.
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
there's
why did
a special setting, Bob. If you are an asshole, it doesn't work. But if you go to now, this is interesting. This is where I am. This is region 46. The horizontal yellow flags indicate land that you own, and the upright
Wow.
green flags indicate the for sale. And then if you have blanks, no one's surveyed. And then these, with the setting I have on now, I think the colors indicate land geography type. But in peak monsters, if we just, oh, here, wait, if you just go to, oh my God, buy land, and we can limit it to territory, or we can go to
Much better.
region or tract, and then you have all these options. So you can pretty much find anything you're looking for in any area, and then you can do a min-max on price, and you can also look for boosts and filter by terrain. So peak monsters is pretty sweet.
Yeah, if
The
I was gonna- when I
visuals, I mean,
buy-
the visuals here are pretty. I like them, but
Yeah.
I still, I haven't spent enough time here. Oh, and you can also limit it right there for sale. Then you get only the flags that are for sale, and you can, I think, yeah, clicking on them, it'll tell you a little bit. I can go in and view the plot. So Pito
No building in
Vibrante,
the box.
yeah, this
I
guy.
would definitely want a building in a box if I went to buy if I bought a surveyed plot of land.
Well, they're harder to find now because
Yeah.
it's not available anymore. Yeah, you can't purchase building in a box and all those other ones.
No, and the other one that I bought, whatever it was, time crystals, whatever, they don't transfer. It's only the building in a box that transfers.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
that's why I would, when I buy some plots, I definitely want ones that have got a building in a box.
Oh, okay. And then this
Very
one.
pretty.
Okay. I'm not in here that much. I think I'll be in here a lot once 1.5 kicks, but
You're obviously a lot more intuitive then. Like when I look at an interface, I just get anxiety. I just don't know what to do. I've never been intuitive with interfaces.
I just play around until I break it. And and then I'm like, oh, I know where to go now. Wait, this is the rarity. Where is the, oh, okay. So type is your, there's our castle.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so you can click keeps here, and then you could also include, oh, you can include multiple. I was thinking when we went to break, like it must be so hard to think about the best way to design
And they've
to
utilized
design
like,
all
this
of
is
this.
in the card format as well. It's the same like interface there on the left with
Similar,
selecting your elements.
Yeah. So these are all
You
the
guys caught up?
legendary.
It's like elements now, not splinters. Did you guys catch that on the town hall or whatever it was?
Oh
I
no,
always-
I missed that. Really?
I always thought
Yeah.
that made more sense, to be honest. I always called them elements, right? Because that's what fire, water, is.
Oh, that's crazy. My God. Oh yeah, I haven't been in here, and so this is brand new to me. Look how out of the loop I am.
Nice.
Yeah, this is so cool. Look at this. You can search by
Yeah.
ability. No, you can't. Oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I
Yeah.
have no cards with amplify. Wait, what am I?
Wow, no, you must have. Have you got an element
Oh.
selected?
I must have something. All right,
There's
regular.
there's a reset at the top. You can just sort of take off all the other filters and just go to, yeah.
All right.
And then just do what you want.
I am apparently. Oh,
What?
well.
How can you not have any amplify cards?
Well, he's renting most of his cards out.
Oh, I have it
Wow.
selected to unplayable. I bet you that's what it is.
Yeah.
Playable
Change
somewhere.
it to owned up the top in the middle of the screen.
In the middle of the screen.
Wait,
So
where?
you're on the left, move to the middle.
Above the cards themselves. Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
This is nice because see, Bob, you and me doing this and not having a clue about what we're looking at is going to teach everybody else.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
There,
And if I can
my
do it.
Oh
We can
yeah.
do it, my friends. You can do it too.
I just on my last gladiator pickup got my chimney wall stop to level 5 as well.
That's
Shield
excellent.
repair on chimney wall stop. I haven't had a chance to use him yet. So I only just got him to level 5 after my gladius pickups from the last brawl. So I'm looking forward to using him.
He's a beast. He's
Yeah.
such a beast.
Great card.
And his
I really
foreign
want to
card as well.
do. Where is? I think, yeah, I love this guy. And I haven't been able to make him work the way I want to yet, but
Crash.
It's hit
oops.
and miss. When
Yeah.
when he works well, he works really well. When he sucks, like, because no, he can just get whacked out with like,
Yeah.
but for 4 mana, yeah, with reflecting all sorts of damage is awesome.
Every time I use him, I'm like, you're gonna kill everyone in this match. And then it's like, no, it failed miserably. So
Yeah.
was there anything else we wanted to check out about land while we're in here? Where did you say you were? Were you in
Second.
30s? Or
Me, I'm in 37 and 38 are mine.
oh yeah, you, Matt. I meant you.
But yeah, they're
Can you
yeah.
search by a user? That would be. I
That
don't
would be
think
cool.
so.
Well, I reckon that's all me. There might be. I did swap 2 plots with Cryptomancer so that we could have a bit more of a spread, but that's either or me or 99.9% me.
That's cool. You got some fun land in here. Bog and swamp and some forest. That's fun.
Yeah. So I got 1 jungle castle in and 1 swamp castle. But yes, the swamp castle as a Python fan is just fantastic. Having a castle in the swamp is, yeah. And I don't know if it's the only one in the game, but if it is, I'll be well and truly chuffed.
That's super cool.
Yeah. When you were gone, like the way your chair was with that whatever you got draped over it, it just looked like a dark Sith Lord with no face or anything.
That's awesome. I'm glad I
Should have
could
screenshotted that. I'll have to screenshot that and drop that into 101 at some point. It looked pretty sick.
the legend lives on.
So I guess like when we've had you on the show a few times, but have we ever like really gotten into like you, like as in behind
No,
your avatar, sort
I don't
of?
think so, actually. Yeah, no, I don't think so. What do you want to know, Bob?
Tell us about you. Like, where did you come from? What age were you born at? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I missed being a 70s baby by a week and a half, which always disappoints me because the 70s are pretty sweet. And then I for my college days, I studied English Lit, which was totally marketable. And then I sort of floundered for a while, did a bunch of odd jobs, and went into nursing school for a little while, and then sort of accidentally fell into grant writing. And
Nursing school, as in um,
like to be an RN. Yeah,
right?
like
Okay.
yeah. I was only in it for a month, and then the grant writing opportunity came up, and then I got that, and that was a lot of fun. I've always enjoyed writing, and the grant writing position was great because you could just go into an unfamiliar setting in an area. It was within a hospital, but I could go in and speak with like the OR operating room director, for example, and just get a sense of what were the most important needs and collecting a lot of data from different areas with it, just sort of weaving a narrative with all that information and getting to the real point of what was needed and why it was needed and how it would benefit the local population, and just make a compelling statement to say, this is why we need your funding. And it was a great time. I got over like $2 million in grants for a community hospital while I did it. And yeah, it was cool. And the other half of the job was managing the hospital's donor database, which surprisingly I loved more than the grant writing. And eventually I got a job working at a private school just managing their donor database because I liked the work so much. And I did that for about a dozen years, and it was cool. I eventually just hit a wall with new things I could learn though, because the database was it was one of those. It was just a pre-built program, but you never got into any programming itself. So in a lot of ways, I learned to think database, and I could query the database and do imports, and you know, and I'd learned to do a lot of data analysis and in Excel and things, and making up my own little formulas. I knew there was like a huge wider world out there. So about a year and a half ago, I left that job, and I went back to school and did a data analysis boot camp and learned some Python, touched on R, and did a little bit of JavaScript and did a little bit of machine learning. And I was like, I love this stuff. Like, it's really fun. And I felt stupid every day, and it was great. And now I'm in this interesting position. I'm working for a federal contractor that does work to just improve various aspects of the government. Like, basically, I don't think that's a word. It helps make the government just more efficient. Just gets contracts to just code things to help them do their jobs better. And they're sort of testing me out right now. And they gave me they gave me 8 CSVs and said, here, go ahead and predict Medicare fraud. And I was like, okay. So that's what I've been working on. And it's been a lot of fun. And I still feel stupid every day. There's just like, it's just like the more I learn, there's so much more to learn. And it's a great feeling, because I don't think I'm ever going to feel stuck like I was, because there's always going to be more to learn, and there's never not going to be more to learn. And that's really exciting for me, because I love feeling like there's always going to be a challenge, and there's always going to be things I don't know. Even though, like, I can like sit there and code something out and be like, this is amazing, and I can't believe how cool I am. And then the next day I can just be like, I'm a total fucking idiot. Like, what's wrong with me? So it's really cool. I feel like it took me a long time to, I'm 43. It took me a long time to finally feel like I found home in a way. And I don't know where I'm going to end up in the next few years, next 5, next 10, but I'm like I'm, it's weird. Life is so weird. I feel like I'm finally like, okay, like, this is where I need to be. Like, it's good work, and it's fun work, and I love the challenge, and it's a good time. So that's in a nutshell me. I've got 3 amazing kids. And my oldest is going to be a senior in high school, and my youngest is going to 6th grade. And it's really strange, because I still think they should be a lot younger than they are. And but it's awesome. They're really, really cool people. My eldest is an amazing artist. I showed her work to some of my best friends over the weekend, and they were like, I would pay for this to hang in my home. I'm like, that's my daughter. Like, how cool is that? Yeah, I live in the very north of Michigan, pretty close to Canada, and it's beautiful. I'm just looking at just a little quiet bay of water right now. It's not huge at all. It's really nice and peaceful, and we get a lot of cranes and ducks and geese, and it's just really quiet and rural and out of the way and peaceful. And when I was a kid, I wanted to go live in huge cities and just be a part of everything. And now that I've sort of settled into adulthood, I really appreciate this a lot more than I ever did as a child. And it's nice living back here where I grew up, and where it's just nice and cool and slow paced, and everything smells good. And you don't have to, like, if you're walking around at night, you don't have to worry about your safety. You don't have to be on guard. It's a nice feeling. So
Kid Rock speaks highly of summertime in northern Michigan.
It's true. It's true. It's a beautiful place. And the entire, like, I'm in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and the entire peninsula is just a beautiful place to see, no matter where you are in it. The eastern end is flat and has a lot of islands. The western end gets really mountainous, and you get into like copper country and old mines, and everywhere you go, there are a lot of hiking trails and a lot of amazing places to kayak or canoe if you'd rather do that. And yeah, it's a great place to be. It's really nice. It's really peaceful. And I'm really interested. I've been a composting nerd for a long time, and like I love just making compost and just flipping it with a pitchfork and stuff. So I'm thinking like maybe I should make some gardens. So I've been Googling, researching. I think it's called hugel culture. It is a German way of gardening. I think, or like an Eastern European way of gardening. Basically, you dig a foot deep trench in the ground, and you fill it with wood. And they can be logs to sticks. I mean, ideally, you want it full of wood, and then you fill that with dirt, and you sort of layer like compost on up to like rough compost on up to fine compost, and then you layer it with a nice layer of mulch to keep in the soil, and you plant things on that becomes your garden mound, your raised bed. And as it slowly decomposes over time, it becomes very rich soil, which continues to nourish your plants. So I'm like, that would be really fun to try, because we have tons of dead and dying spruce up here from a bug infestation. And I'm like, I need a way to get rid of this wood that doesn't involve burning, because it's been really stinky around here with the fires too. So those are some things that I'm interested in besides nerdy stuff like games and crypto and coding. But yeah, just getting outside here is awesome. There's hiking and biking and hanging out with good friends and fires, and when it's not like crazy fire danger like we have now. So.
And your kids are at that age where you want to make the memories too. Just talking about the trees. Apparently in India, I only briefly saw this, but apparently in India, people are just getting swallowed by the desert at random, which is obviously not funny for them. But apparently, it's long dead trees had some sort of a fungal growth that meant that the outside was really solid, still upright, but covered with sand as the sand dunes have shifted over the years. So you get this tree that's rotted away, but the outside has got this crystalline structure, and it's all fine until somebody just walks past randomly and steps on it, and then there's just nothing there. The whole thing gives way, and then the sand that's been sort of just waiting to and people are just getting randomly swallowed up by the desert, falling into the remains of an old dead tree.
That's crazy.
Never heard of that.
No,
it's
How
weird.
did you find that? What were you Googling to find that?
Yeah.
So just stay in Michigan, I reckon.
Yeah, it's weird here
Sounds lovely.
seeing like how things will change, because we get the water levels will shift a lot over the decades. There are some islands here that you can drive to, maybe, or that people drove to when my parents were very young. But that's only maybe like 5 or 10 years out of maybe 100 that you can do that. And then there are some years where the water is so high. Like right now, all the crib docks are maybe this far out of the water, but there are some years that they're underwater. It's just wild just seeing how things can change like that. And to your point, Matt, like when we first got here, when I was very young, there were so many tree roots along the shore just from where trees had been able to grow up, and then the water like came up and killed them, and then the roots were still there. You'd step on it and be like, I'm never doing this. And then and now you can see it happening on different sides of the bay too. We had low water for a while, high. It's just funny seeing the environment change in a shorter time frame than what would have happened in India. But yeah, it's fun watching it play out. It's cool.
So when you say you're rural, so do you have like a sheriff's department, or you actually have a police department, or?
At the county level, I mean, not here where not in town. They're 25 miles away.
Wow.
I mean, some of them live here. I think they can take I'm not sure if they actually have to go there to get the cars or if they can take the cars home. I think they can take the cars home. I don't know that much about it. But yeah, like our ambulance up until I don't know how many years ago was all volunteer. Same with our fire. We're small. And this town is actually one of the bigger in the area, and we're still tiny. Yeah, I think year round we might have 2,000 to 2,500 people, and then in the summer it might get to 10,000 with tourists. So
Sounds like the place to be, dude.
it's nice. It's really
mean,
nice. It's just
I'm-
chill. In the winter, it's really nice because there's nobody here, and you can just wander around, like go hike in the woods, and you're just out there by yourself. It's quiet. I mean, at that point, you might be like, I hope a wolf doesn't come and eat me or something, or a bear or some shit. I've never had any problems, so, but yeah, it's cool.
You have wolves and bears. Like, is it a possibility that you could
Oh
stumble
yeah,
across something like that when hiking? Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we haven't had a bear here, but they're around. I mean, if you leave stuff out, like a bear will get into it, or could get into it, or you could see one in your yard. And there are wolves here. You can hear coyotes in the middle of the night, and yeah, I mean, I think elk were around here in really thick numbers too until we logged everything about 100 years ago, or maybe 120 years ago, and then the deer came in, and now we just have a lot of deer. But yeah, we have a lot of woods, a lot of woods and a lot of farms a little bit north. But yeah, it's just a lot of nature. It's really nice. When I enjoy going to big cities and getting out and getting around some culture and doing, more lively, exciting things. But it's always nice to come back here and reset and just be like,
Absolutely.
that's good.
It's good that you actually have that option too, right? Because people in the city,
Yeah.
it's always hustle and bustle. That's all they know. That's all they have there. At least you can reset. It's like, okay, I'm in the city and I'm doing my head in. I'm going back home. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think, Bob, you and I were talking before we started recording. It's like, once my new gig really ramps up, one of the next big purchases I want to make is a really nice laptop, so I can easily travel to where my friends are all over the country, and quite a few of them are in big cities. So it's just I can take my work with me wherever I go, because this big thing isn't going to want to travel very, very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, just have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, laptops have just come so far since, like, but as I say, back in the 90s, my first computer, 486, up until 2020, I always had a desktop computer but yeah, now laptops do, whatever you need
Yeah.
a computer for, and, graphic design, gaming, like, they
They're,
do it all.
they're absolute powerhouses. There's really no need for anyone ordinary to use anything but a laptop at this point, as far as I'm concerned.
That's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. I must have had bad luck. All the ones I've had have just died within a couple of years. It's made me sad.
I need to
Damn
suss
it.
out the webcam on this new one though. Like, it just auto zooms in and out. Like, you may notice the top of my head's cut off again now. But then I'll just like zoom out and I'll zoom in, or like, I can do this. Oh, it's not doing it now.
You
Oh,
literally
there we go.
need
See the little slide? It's just, it's just like, but I've got to work out how to control it. So I'm not like, now, so right now, this is ideal, right? But in a minute, I'll be like back up. Yeah. I haven't sussed it all out yet, all the
so
details.
if you are to get a laptop, there's two options, I reckon. It's either marketplace, or you do or you do some like that thing you did at Harvey Norman, Bob. how
Yeah.
you get something like extended warranty on it. So if it fucks up within 2 years, which laptops like the fans go relative quickly, depending on what you're doing. And if you know you got warranty on it, well, you want to fuck it up quicker, so you get a new one. Yes, yes. So that's why Bob now is mining. He's got his, it's good, it's good.
You guys
Take
have
advantage.
You guys have Harvey Normans?
You have
Yeah.
Harvey Norman.
No, I after college I got a student. I still qualified for a student work visa, so I lived in Ireland for 3 months. And one of my favorite radio ads when I lived there, it was like Harvey Norman, come down to Harvey Norman's, and they had this little jingle, and I was like, I fucking love Harvey Norman's. Oh, and I
When were
haven't
you in
heard
Ireland?
what
When? What time frame for Ireland?
Yeah.
2003.
Mm.
I lived in Kilkenny, and I worked in a pub called Billy Burns, and I worked in a bookstore called Tall Stories Bookshop.
Sick.
And it was awesome. Kilkenny was the shit. It had this huge castle, and
Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
yeah,
Bastards.
bastards. Yeah. Actually, oh God, what's his name? There's a guy, he posts all the time on Hive. He's hilarious. He goes to Billy Burns on occasion. And we were like, oh my God, that's crazy. I can't think of his name. He posts really funny stuff about Splinterlands all the time. It'll come to me at some point, but
My
yeah,
mum's
that was
Irish.
cool. Is she?
Yeah.
That's
So
really
I
cool.
spent quite a bit of time in Ireland as a youngster. And in fact, she lived on an island off the coast of Ireland.
That's
A
great.
little island called Isle of Magee. Population was like 200, 250, something like that. So that was
Wow.
like quite. So you watch these like horror movies about an island, and it's all about the island people type people that live on islands. So we had to get a ferry from the mainland backwards and forwards to the island. And I used to go there a lot as a kid. And it was interesting because this is like the 70s, right? And actually we came to Australia in 74. So early 70s, maybe like 60s, I would go to Ireland for with mum for Christmas holidays, whatever. And because Dad was in the British Army, he wasn't allowed to travel with us when we went to Ireland because all the IRA stuff at the time and so forth. And as a kid, you really pick up accents, right? Youngsters, they just pick that stuff up. So after spending that time in Ireland, I'd come back to Germany where we were living at the time, where Dad was posted, and I'd have this thick Irish accent. And like, Dad would be like, I can't understand a word you're saying, you know? And for some reason, you know how you say knife and fork? For whatever reason, my grandparents, instead of knife and fork, they used to say fork and knife. So I came back after holidays and says, can you pass me the fucking knife? Dad thought I was swearing.
Fucking nice.
Can you pass me the fucking knife?
Oh, thanks, Gio. I was like, for a second, I was like, what? It's... and then you explained it. It's
Yeah.
great.
So,
I
the
was that
Irish
close to not
accent.
getting it.
Oh, you would have got a slap for that.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you couldn't swear at all in my house when I was growing up. Just
believe it.
not done. Yeah. My parents weren't religious or anything. It was just that time, I guess. Like, you
Yeah.
didn't even say shit. Like it was just yeah.
And
Not-
also,
not done. It was uncouth.
yeah. Well,
Mhm.
also, your dad was in the army, so it was sort of proper, right? Like you have to be on your A game, 100%.
Oh,
of
I'm
the
sure
time.
he used a lot of language when he was out with his army mates.
Oh,
it
I'm
was like-
sure. I'm sure.
yeah.
My
Um,
family was Irish too, but my family was Irish by deportation.
But
They,
they were sent to Australia,
yeah.
stealing a loaf of
Oh,
bread.
Yeah, my family was sent to Ireland for stealing horses, is what I've heard. I
That's
was like,
great.
that's pretty sweet. Apparently, my aunts were quite miffed for a while that I was telling everyone that. They were just like,
Scoff at it.
like, no, they were just like, God, don't spread
Yeah,
that about our
yeah.
family. I'm like, oh right, because we're so upstanding.
What about you got any skeletons in your ancestral closet there, Matt?
Gee, I've been awfully quiet, haven't I? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Mum was a 10-pound pom. Came over when she was 9. Dad's 5th generation South Australian. So on at least Dad's side, we go back a long way. I got a lot of rellies out in the country that have a similar sort of nose. Not all of them grew into it like I did. A lot of the family have the shorter stature, but still the same nose. It's like that's the defining feature, and then you need to eat your vegetables to actually grow into, so the rest of you grows into it. But no, we're cool. I think there was a hint that maybe there was some Aboriginal in there somewhere, but it was very long time ago, and not a great deal. I've always felt pretty white, but you never know how these things work out. So
Get on the
I
government
don't know.
benefits, mate.
I don't ask too many questions, or I'm not going to go get a 23andMe or anything like that. So I guess I'll just let the mystery remain.
Yeah, Italian. Come on, you gotta have some mafia connections in
Uh,
the
so
ancestry there.
no, not quite, but mum's grandparents, or I think my mum's great grandfather, I don't remember, was in the army. And then when my parents came over and their family, which was like ages ago, I think I don't even remember, 50s, 60s maybe. I think Italy and Europe was in shit times then. I don't remember the exact reason why they came to Australia, but it must have been just way better than Italy at the time, right? So, was it like after World War II, just shit just went downhill all in Europe? Just things just weren't right, right? Like, yeah, I don't know, Bob. Like, I really don't know too much. I haven't really queried about, yeah, any family past. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I just live in the present. But yeah, I'm sure some interesting things happen. Like they were on the boat. Uh, yeah, like with little children. I think one passed away. I think, I don't know, some dark shit, to be honest. Like back then, heavy stuff happened, hey,
Yeah.
for like everyone around that war period after the fact. Yeah.
We talked before about like generations. Like 3 generations is because each generation you make gradual changes, right? Government wise, policy wise, freedom wise, and so forth. It only takes 3 generations for history to be completely rewritten, and no one knows. Um, I
True.
mean, I, when I first, or when I was in the Navy, like we used to have the mess on the ship where we all like triple decker bunks, and sort of there was 30 of us in that mess. Everyone smoked. Um, and then I was 24 when I got out of the Navy, started working, and you walk into any office building anywhere, and there's a receptionist at the front desk with a massive big public ashtray on the front. She'd be smoking. I get, "Hey, love, how's it going?" And you're like talking to you. Buses had ashtrays in the armrests. Cinemas, you had an ashtray in the armrest. And there's a whole generation now old enough to vote that never experienced any of that.
Mm.
But within 3 generations, you can completely rewrite history, and no one knows any different. And when you have that dark period, especially and high illiteracy rates, and your children, as soon as they're old enough, you ship them off to war, so they don't get their education. They come back completely brainwashed, as like I experienced that in the Navy, even at. I mentioned, I'll just cover it briefly, like when we're at sea on a ship, this is the 80s, no mobile phones, no internet, anything like that. Every day we'd get an A4 piece of paper with about 8 to 10 bullet points on it. That was the world news. It was called Ship's Daily Orders. And that's all you knew that was going on in the world beyond the ship, was what came out on an A4 piece of paper. So, yeah, and who knows the stories beyond their grandparents? Where were we living? What were we doing? What was life like? We just don't know. We are completely ignorant of our history. Scary.
I was really fortunate. I am really fortunate that a member of my family put together a family history of my father's side. It's really great because there are a lot of things in there that I wouldn't have known. And it's really nice, like just obituaries or various clippings, and then pictures of people that I would have never thought to ask about, or things like that too. It's funny, my father was drafted into going to Vietnam when he was in his early mid-20s, and I had a lot of stories similar to yours, Bob, about just what life was like in the armed forces back then, and things he had to do and things he saw and experienced. And it is crazy, like, because no one, very few people now know what that's like. And my grandfather on my mother's side was in the Second World War, and was on in the Navy, and was on a ship in the Pacific. And he never talked about it, so I didn't know much about it. But just like no one knows what that is like now. And then my father's father was in the First World War, and so it's just, we're almost out of time, aren't we? We're almost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just and hearing about my paternal grandfather's life after the war and the things they had to do to make a living.
Yeah.
Is crazy. And
hard times, man.
The kind of housing they had, and even my maternal grandfather had to poach deer for them to survive and have enough food on the table. It's just wild to think about. Things that, like, just things you don't think about,
man. Like,
today.
I remember one story my mum was telling me, that she didn't even know that toilet paper was a thing until she joined the Air Force. Like, up until then, the family in Ireland, they used to just cut newspaper or tear newspaper into little sheets. She didn't know there was such a thing as toilet paper. It's the things we don't know.
Both my parents grew up with outhouses. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And here we are, like, these days complaining about like the minor things.
The
Wi-Fi's been out for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
crypto holdings are
Bullshit.
down. Splinterlands isn't building stuff fast enough.
Exactly, man.
Exactly.
Damn it,
Yeah.
Aggie.
So, just great hearing that little bits of background, because like that's normally what we do on the behind the avatar. Who is this person? But because we knew you when you first came on, we never really did that before. So great to hear a bit of the background. But shall we get into some battling?
I think so. Matt and I already got started.
Oh, okay. Did
No, it was super.
Matt slip a challenge in? Did he? Did he sneak one in?
He did.
Yeah.
It was super fun giving you guys some background. I could probably give more at some point. This one's pretty nasty. We've got a 19 mana cap. We can only use death. We we got Rise of the Commons and Keep Your Distance. So this will be interesting. I don't even know what the hell I rented.
Yeah, so I'm glad that before the SPS requirements, well, knowing that they were going to come soon, I started loading up on SPS, and I have enough for the gold 1 rank. So
What is the goal 1? What is it?
So I believe it's based on the figures that we've been given on the table of SPS, requirement list.
Yeah.
It is 58,100, I believe, for yeah,
Gold one.
yeah.
Right. Matt's got his smile on, so he's already got his team submitted, I'm guessing.
Oh, I'm gonna get trashed.
Oh, Matt, no sound.
Oh no.
I made a really stupid mistake. You got me now?
Yeah,
Oh,
gotcha.
I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't know.
When you've submitted your team, yeah, Rogers, just share the screen.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
And we understand you're also into this game right now at a handicap because you got to rent cards, you don't have them all, most of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
no,
intend
it's
I intend to fully take advantage of that. Don't you worry.
yeah, no, I hope you do. This is fun. This is really I only got 10 seconds left. Shit. Okay.
Leo has been the person to beat in the last few episodes, though. Matt managed to take him down on our last episode, but he's had like a 3 episode win streak against us.
Yeah, I've been really good.
B Jangles jumped on. We put out an SOS in Discord a couple of episodes ago because we were all getting smashed, and B Jangles came on and beat him. But yeah, he's the one to beat at the moment.
That's what I heard.
The Geo
All
Meister.
right.
So we got gladiators available, and I play a chicken up front because why not have a free bloodlust, right? Just stupid. Anyway, he didn't play a gladiator, so I'm okay with that. But
Yeah, I didn't play a gladiator for some unfathomable reason.
You're only scavenging that chicken twice with the Astrals Resurrect.
yeah, well, I got a Riftwing as well, so I'm thinking I've got
Yeah.
this because my Witch of Warwick will be life leeching and hopefully bloodlusting, and then I'll be I think my what's his name, that clown, Twisted Jester, I think he's just going to hurt the back row too much, but who knows.
I think so. I would say you got this.
The
The dodge on
Martyr,
it.
though, on that Bonesmith,
Hey.
that's
Yeah.
certainly
Oh,
going to
yeah.
help.
And poison, so it's not missing the Riftwing. So, oh, hey.
I have to take better care of the when I'm AE. I have to take notice of what I'm doing with that resurrect.
Wow, you know what? Rogers actually might.
Yeah, got the poison in there on your Riftwing, Matt.
Yeah, that hurts. And I've already burnt through my resurrect.
Yeah. And the Martyr hasn't even gone off yet on the Bonesmith. Oh, here we go. Now the Bonesmith gets the Martyr. Yeah. Rogers got this.
Bloodlust. I think I do. Oh
And
man.
there's the poison. Yeah. No, you nailed it, man. You got me.
Oh, good
Yeah.
game, sir.
I just got to take better care of that resurrect with the chicken. Good game.
Yeah, good game, dude. That was awesome.
Man, poison is so good.
Yeah. Poison and Thorns are two of like my favorite things in the game. I'll send you one now, Rogers, so you can sort of like start, warming up towards the Geo.
Work through the gauntlet.
Whatever makes you sleep at night, boys. Yep.
And we're going gold,
Sometimes.
yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully I spelt that right and you've got it.
I do, sir.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so we can use everything but Earth. We have a 37 mana cap, no magic, no armor, and only common and rare monsters are allowed.
Well, that's debilitating.
It's so debilitating.
Especially for someone who's renting cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No magic.
Uh, that sucks.
But a good thing about having less to choose from, it's like, you know, yeah, you don't have to choose as many. You're just sort of hating on the fact that maybe it makes no sense with the teams you're putting in and choosing.
I hate not knowing what my opponent can. I look at I've got 4 cards available, and I'm
Yeah.
like, does my opponent have 8 cards available, or how does this even?
Mm,
But usually he limps in with fewer than I have, which is always fun.
yeah, yeah.
Rise of the Commons is, of course, a bit of a restrictor.
I like Rise of the Comets. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I love
Yeah,
playing my legendaries and epics, though.
yeah, true. Fair point. I don't know. There's a lot of good common cards. So
Rise of the Commons, ranged only, no neutrals. That's my favorite rule set,
yeah.
because the other guy's probably not going to have the cards that I have.
More likely than not.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. I can do that. Oh, that's cool. All right.
Take
I
your time,
mean,
man. Take your time. It's no rush.
there's only 5 seconds left.
Uh,
All
all
right.
right. What do we got here?
I don't know how this is gonna work. We'll see. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so the sneak didn't happen, which
Yoden.
means
He's bringing Yoden on me.
Tinderlock won't get last stand. Oh, sneak did happen with Sandworm, my bad.
Oh, shit. I was so keen to test out my new level 5 chimney wall stop. Shield repair, but unprotected. Ah,
Oh, wasted.
that was
Yeah, I
a
think you're in trouble here,
opportunity.
Bob.
bad move. Yeah, that was a
And
bad move.
and also uh Cocaine Bear halved halved halves the
He's not going to
damage.
get that extra shield either because of unprotected.
That is true.
Yeah, your
That is
Goblin
true.
Mech is half shield normally. Yeah. Sorry, Bob, you've I don't see you winning this.
Silence isn't going to help you. Uh,
I think he's got too many hit points though. And blast
hopefully,
as
my
well.
Sandworm will take out Tinderlock so he won't get
Uh,
last stand.
that's if you can actually hit Crash. Like he's got 8 speed with the buff,
Yeah.
speed buff. And he's got thorns, so I mean I know that's
Yeah, and I'm all melee except for my Firebolt.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
I think
blast
Rogers
might
has got this. Yeah.
mm,
I wasn't expecting Odin though, since he said he was renting, so yeah, I don't like my chances. Let's just put it that way.
oh, but then again, oh, the buff from um Tarsa, that is pretty nasty if it hits.
Ooh, there goes the bear.
Yeah, and you got your bloodlust.
Yeah.
Oh, that
If he
mishelped.
survives though, that blood yeah, no, he's gone. Oh, Tinderlock's at close
Oh,
range. I didn't think about that either.
Yeah.
oh my god.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
Oh my
steamrolled.
god.
Steamrolled. All
Well,
right.
uh,
So this episode looks like we're actually rooting for you, Gio. We need someone to take out the Jablonski.
How the
Jaboo.
turntables?
Have the
Yeah.
turntable. Oh, not diamond. Shit, I've sent it. My bad. My bad.
Just cancel it.
Okay. I did. Okay. Jablon. Gold and gladiators. Sent.
Ooh. Everything except death, 14 mana, odds, no melee, and snipe for everybody.
Whoa, that is limiting.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Wow.
Target practice is such an interesting use case for the martyr cards. Don't mean to drop any hints, but if you can filter two martyr cards and know that they're going to get taken out by any magical ranged opponent cards, it's just
Can you
so brutal.
afford 2 martyrs with only 14 mana?
I've chosen.
There's a couple of 3 mana guys. There's the rat fella and there's the
Yeah, you got your summoner,
the guy on Earth.
and then
The guy on Earth.
so you only got like 10 or 11 to play with for your whole team. If you take 6 of that up with 2 martyrs, yeah, I generally avoid
True.
martyrs on a low mana match.
I've already chosen. I've already submitted 13.
Confidence. I love it.
Yes.
Either that or he's just given up. It's just like, nah.
Well, I'm trying not to overthink things because it's 14 mana, and I know like when you got so many choices with 14 mana, it wrecks your brain. You're like, it
And you've only
really
got
does
half
your
your
head in.
deck as well with odds. Was it odds or evens or
I think it's evens. Yeah, because odds are the blue. Odds one out, I believe it's the blue, and even Stevens is orange. Or is it the opposite? I don't know.
if it comes up with
90%
blue,
of
that
the
means you
time.
can only play even. If it comes up with orange, you can only play odd.
Oh, okay. I've had it. Yeah, so I have it twisted. All good.
It's funny you were talking about overthinking.
Yeah.
I'm screwed. Okay. Let's do
90% of the time, 14 mana, I'm playing Llama, Spirit of the Forest.
That's
She
beautiful.
doesn't even attack. She won't even attack, but she's just so hard to hit, and she just heals herself. Affliction, poison, they get healed by cleansed by Llama.
Why would I do
And-
that? That's stupid. I'm fucked. I'm just fucked. Stupid. Absolutely stupid. Ah, screw it.
That is a
Oh no,
that is
it's
a
a level
huge-
1. Why
Oh,
did I rent a level
dude.
1?
Come on.
I think you probably got me on this one.
You know what? I'm just gonna share screen
You
What
played
did you rent a level 1
Axcar.
of?
and I'll just bring up the thing, the rule set, and bring it up to 140.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, level
yeah.
1 Drake.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that's
man.
weird too, because I thought I rented. Well,
Oh, dude, of
Oh
course.
dear.
Yeah, no, if one look, I'm just gonna play
I'm gonna watch it on mine too. We'll just see what. Boom, 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 boom. Martyr, you're dead now. Dead now, sucker.
Yeah.
Dead. Dead.
Yeah. All right.
I just wanted you to feel good about yourself, Gio.
No, I felt pretty bad, to be honest.
That felt pretty bad
go-
too.
I'm going again.
One
Let's do this
summoner
thing.
doesn't help.
All right.
And that's a huge fan of winning by fatigue.
Yeah, I love it.
That is a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You don't exist on this account. That's
know
my other
what,
account.
You know what, guys? I don't actually have a Larissa Corrado, the one that MisterRogers just played on Puse. I've never opened one up. That's a good card.
Rift Watchers or Chaos?
That is Gladiator. There's one, or yeah. Do you know what I mean? So this
No,
card,
100%.
so this card right here, Larissa. Let me replay. Well, let me know when you guys have chosen. let me get into it. So that first card, Larissa Corrado.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's cool.
I don't have one.
I don't think I do either, actually.
I really want one. That's a good card.
I think I've
Level
only got
1.
3 of the 5 legendaries in the gladiators.
Yeah, that's
I've made that exact string of syllables myself.
Where's the
The little grunts.
Beat. Finish with resignation. What am I watching here? Bob, is that you?
Yeah.
It's
Um,
dragon. Nah.
Gladiators.
What I'm doing? What I'm doing?
There we go.
Why do I make the choices
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
I
she's one of the ones that I don't have. I've only got
Yeah,
4
same.
of the legendaries.
Interesting.
12 seconds. It's not happening.
How many of the
I'm
legendaries
quietly
do you have,
confident.
Matt?
I'll check in a sec when we've watched this battle. Although we're going to watch it on that screen, aren't we? Let me check. Legendary Gladiators.
Ooh.
I do have a gold Legendary Gladiator that I pulled the other day, which I was pretty happy about.
Oh, that's
good.
pretty. I like that lineup.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Minotaur Warlord with a whole lot of healers behind him.
Yeah, that's really cool.
You want to let
This
us
is
in
gonna
on
be.
the secret there, Mr. Rogers?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure Matt's got me on this one.
So the gold legendary I got was Ginny Guys, Earth gold
Mhm.
legendary.
Oh, wow.
4 mana, protect and blind, 1 magic damage. She's
That's
probably
awesome.
good with obsidian, I guess.
Yeah.
Trollbar.
Oh man,
Petrelba with the yeah.
I reckon Matt's
Oh,
got
that's
it.
cool. All right. You weren't
Yeah,
supposed to
she's got-
do that so
Once
fast.
Petrova gets bloodlust, she's
Oh yeah,
unstoppable.
we are toast. And we
I
are
like the bit where
Bloodlust again
yeah, that's really pretty.
and again.
I
Yeah.
like the bit where it
Ooh.
didn't play chicken up the front. That's my favorite bit.
Yep. I was expecting that tank chicken. And didn't come to bear.
Well, well, that's it did not come to bear.
No, I was brutalized.
I do love Katroba. I really do. Sometimes more so than Cora.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Right, I'll send you a challenge.
This is the round where the behind the avatar crew just mops the floor with me. I can feel it.
You're handicapped though.
That's
I
he only
remember.
played the level 1 summer against Geo. I think there's a bit of favoritism going on here.
Yeah, I remember you were sweeping the floor with us when you had MisterRogers cards. The whole lot of them.
MisterRogers has a pretty good collection.
Oh yeah, it does. Absolutely.
So weak
equal health,
magic.
weak magic, and fury.
Fury. And only 20 mana.
What's with all the shit mana? I mean, I guess you got to be crafty with lower mana. Yeah. I love my level 2s when there's low mana, like the Pellicle Contra. Oh man, what a card! So stupid.
The 2 mana cards, yeah, there's a heap of them that are really, really good.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah. I reckon I have 20 of those maxed in gold foil on my rental account.
I don't
And
blame you.
They rant so well.
Yeah. I believe it. Don't think too hard.
All
Don't
right.
tell me how to
Well,
live
this
my
is
life.
either going to work or it's not.
Love the tension in the air.
Yeah.
We're all just mates hanging out, having a good time.
Go to hell!
Yeah, our eyes
Go to hell!
get to the chopper.
I'll come to Adelaide and kill you.
Yeah, we want more of this Arnie commentary for sure. Absolutely. You do
Every
such
now and
a
again.
good
Yeah.
Arnie.
Come, you piece of shit. God damn it. I keep forgetting about the sneak. This is how you kill me every time. I'm like, there'll be no
Oh.
sneak.
Oh, that's nasty.
Sneak and poison coming at you here on Chico.
Larissa
So
doesn't
much-
have a chance.
Oh no.
Larissa's so toast.
Yeah.
Oh,
An
dude.
opportunity. Although
Mm-mm.
it's equal health, so
And next, in
Actually,
my
yeah.
next battle, you know I'm going to play a level 1 summoner, so it's just, that's it.
here's a question. Equal health.
Yeah.
Who's my opportunity going to go for?
I would
First one.
imagine the first
The front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Front?
At least
Mhm.
on the, no, your opportunity is going to go for Larissa.
Yeah, why?
Because your sneak guys are going to hit her first.
That's
And then
so
Harpy's going to
true.
hit her.
Because
Yeah.
of the speed difference. Yeah.
Mhm.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call myself on this one.
Just play it. Ugh, I feel so bad. So bad.
Bob's
for you.
dragging it out. In the recording,
Yeah.
it'll just be this screen paused for like a 10-minute.
You just pause it with my face overlaid like, no. Well,
We'll get
out,
the director's
man.
look
commentary
out.
from Bob.
Blight has scavenger. Blight has another scavenger. Look out.
Yeah.
There's nothing left to scavenge anymore now.
I'm at least going to take your
Yeah.
first. No, I'm not.
Oh,
No.
man.
Good game,
All right.
guys.
Yes, GG. GG, I know. Private joke there.
Oh man. Bob's really loving this winning streak.
What winning streak? My first game I've won in like 4 episodes or something.
That's how you start a winning streak, though. Like this is the beginning.
Every
Oh,
winning streak starts with 1. This is true.
Ooh, we're gonna have crazy gladiator time. We get to use 2 of them this time, but we only have
Oh.
16
Are
mana.
you
of
not
course.
entertained?
Are you not entertained?
It's beautiful.
Grab a soulbound reward summoner and take a third gladiator into battle. Just cause 16 mana.
I'm getting
And
close
you
to a
got
level
you get
6.
10 mana for
Soulbound
3
summoners.
glads. That'd be amazing.
My
Hello.
best soulbound summoner's still level 5 at the moment.
What stupid stuff can I throw out at you?
Wonder about that.
Mm.
5 or 6. I think there's one of them I don't have any at all yet.
Which one?
I've submitted, whatever.
I don't care. I'm so full of ennui. I don't fucking care at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, this sucks. No.
opposite ends of the spectrum here. Geo just bang submitted. Rogers likes to drag us out to the last second. Kills us with the suspense.
I don't know why. I do.
You're not playing Drake again. You level 1 Drake again, are you?
I hope not.
No, that's garbage. That's not fair. You
It's
bastard.
It's not fair to you.
All right, there we go. I'm just gonna try this. Screw it.
You're doing yourself a disservice. Oh, okay.
You gonna
All
share the
right.
screen?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Oh, interesting. Wow, you packed a lot in there. And I just went for crap.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Geo smashes me in the same way with limited mana. Like, he goes for all the little ones, and
Yeah.
just attrition only is just kills it. Whereas, yeah, I do the
Absolutely.
same as you. I try and like go for the biggest ones that I can.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about Equalizer. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, that's
I'm
Equalizer
very
always the go-to
very
place
out
to
of
start.
on equal
practice.
health.
Well, I don't know.
I gotta give this one to Geo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right, we'll just play.
yeah. Oh, Bertram missed on the
Bertrall,
only shot he's
come
gonna get.
on, Bertrall, you punk.
Yeah.
Last stand. Okay, yeah. I didn't see that. Eh? Oh no, you might have
Ooh.
this, sir.
Oh wow.
What?
Oh,
Pellicle Mercenary. How bad would that be, getting taken out by
oh.
Pellicle Mercenary?
Oh wow, I think that
No.
might be happening.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah,
Oh
it's
my
your
God.
last. Oh
How
wow.
embarrassing.
Yep.
Taken
Yeah.
out by the Pellicle Mercenary. No.
Hey, guys, look, I seriously didn't see that. So
Oh,
that's a
Wow.
that's
good win.
great.
Good
That's
win.
ridiculous.
Yeah. That
That's
is
solid.
insane. Yeah.
That's solid, man. Absolutely.
Wow.
Good one.
Wow. Good
No,
game,
that's,
dude.
yeah,
That's
man.
crazy. I didn't think
Great.
that was gonna work.
It
What
worked.
an embarrassing way to lose, though. Pellicle Mercenary.
I mean, it's
I've never
The
had any
number
success with him.
the number of times Llama Pellicor Mercenary works would blow your mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, like Llama
Wow.
just really makes a lot of cards just absolutely good. Especially
Should
when
we
you
give
got
Mr. Rogers a bit of a break?
yeah.
Okay, we've
Yeah.
got time
Yeah.
for one more battle.
One more battle. All right, Geo, you and me.
All right. Kick me while I'm
Diamond Gladiator. Diamond Gladiators, let's do it. Bring that same form from the last match where it looks like it's a good lineup, but then it just falters.
Well, I looked past the last stand until it happened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, you sent right. Let's accept.
Oh yeah, it's like midnight for you guys, isn't it? 12:30 or something. Or 1?
Yeah.
I just
Well,
realized it's you guys are really tired.
So we've got Equalizer, no neutrals, and weak magic, and 51 mana, so we've finally got a good mana cap. Only Earth and Dragon are available.
Earth and
being
Dragon.
the last game of the episode, with only 5 minutes on the clock, Matt's going to go for his fatigue team. I can feel it.
Oh, come on now. You have little faith.
Ooh, SPS is officially over 2 cents, you guys.
nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's what I wanna. That's what I want. That's what Daddy wants.
That's what Daddy's gonna get.
Yeah.
Daddy's gonna
cents.
get his 2 cent SPS.
Yeah.
Daddy's gonna get if GLX is over 1 cent too. Daddy.
All right,
I'm
I'm submitted.
doing that, I wonder.
I haven't submitted, but Oh,
It feels like one of those nights where we wake up tomorrow morning and Hive will be, 80 cents and SPS will be, Hive's up 6%, 34, almost
34
34
cents.
cents.
Yeah,
34
even
cents
vouchers,
exactly
even vouchers
on
have a
the
little bit of
get-go.
modest. Well,
Yeah,
I
I've
guess
submitted.
that's wishful thinking. Vouchers are back over 4 cents, so I'm happy about that.
Wow,
I
I
was like,
might have
oh
to
god,
sell a
they
few
fell
then.
into the 3-cent territory.
Mhm.
You got a bit
Okay.
of a voucher
I'm
stack
sure.
there, I'm guessing.
Hmm. Oh
Yeah, and I've
wow!
had a very similar idea, but he's done it better than I did.
Maybe, maybe not.
I don't know. Don't know about the maybe not bit. It is equalizer.
Trollber with 14 health. Come on.
This is pretty
Yeah,
cool, you
just
guys.
yeah. I don't know,
How about we
man.
just play?
We're short for time. Let's just
Yeah.
play. I think you've got it though, Gio.
Oh, I don't know, man. I
Matt, who
think
have
you
you
might
got in
have it.
between Controlber and Slipspawn?
It's Goblin Chef. Is
Goblin
it dice?
Chef.
Is it dice or orb? He's like the poor man's Dr. Blight because he's got poison and afflict.
Okay. Roller's got Bloodlust.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Shadow from
Oh, look
Immortalis
at
is
that drag
fantastic.
straight back up to 9. Oh,
Mm.
he's gone this time though.
And there's the afflict, so Slipspawn won't get the heal from Lily.
There goes the
Oh,
chef.
there goes another Bloodlust.
Bloodlust for you.
Bloodlust again.
Oh,
Man,
this is good, you guys.
this is
Could
a
this be
real
Controlber
knockdown.
versus
Okay.
Controlber?
It's a real knockdown slugfest.
Ooh, missed out on the Bloodlust on that
Yeah,
round.
yeah.
You might, yeah, you got it.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
Bloodlust. Ooh,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
no,
that's
she's
it.
got, yeah, he's got it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's a great place to end the episode. Thanks everyone for coming out. Don't forget how it ended.
This was a real pleasure, gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks for
Great to see
coming
you, Mr.
on
Rogers.
again.
It was good,
And
man.
yeah,
It was
let's get you back on for the life story thing. I reckon
good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
interesting. It just dawned on me early, like that's normally what we do when we have someone on the first time, but we all knew you. It was just like we just bypassed that set. So yeah, we have to get you back. So thanks for joining us for episode 80. We will be back next week with episode 81. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that. Remember, each week, if you write a comment on the post and it generates the most engagement, you will receive 10% of the post reward. Thanks for joining us on 80. We'll see you next week on 81. Boba Fett. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Out.
Peace
Goodbye.
Peace out.
We'll see you next time.
I might have to snip that because we're still recording. I might have to chuck that on the end, I think.
There's
Peace out.
Behind the avatar. I pray to Quam. Quam, hear my prayer.
My boy.
My prayer. I will decapitate you.